Good afternoon, Penguins fans and Swirly Nation. And welcome back to the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex, Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania, for the second of two for 2011 Nelson against the Montgomery Blue Devils. The Penguins fell in the first game by a final of 9-1. So the Pens will look to improve on that mark. Today's starting lineup brought to you by the training table at the Lemieux Sports Complex. In net for the Pens, number 1, the squish tender, Squishy Evans. On defense, number 5, Dino Felino, and 36, Brady Dixon. The forwards. At right wing, 61, Ryan Laurie just centered one. The left wing, Finn Bowen, and your center is Ryan Schweitzer, and the Penguins give up an early breakaway. What started as a 3-on-1 turned into a quick 2-on-0. And 27 seconds in, the Pens are trailing 1-0. Montgomery wins the next faceoff and drives it right back. That was an issue for the Penguins in the first game, losing faceoffs to the Devils, who just crashed into the offensive zone. Here they come again. Centering feed comes in. A one-timer blocked out front by Zachi. Turned back the other way by Foster, and it'll be Lowarchuk into the offensive zone, weaving through. He won't be able to carry it through all three players as it's dislodged where Bloom will skate into it. That puck pops free, and back come Montgomery, who dumps it in behind. Foster will head back to pick that one up. Turnover by the Pens, weaved out in front. There's Squish, pushing left to right and able to gobble up another 10-bell chance for the Blue Devils. So about a minute 10 in, and it has been 3 big chances. For Montgomery. Schweitzer tries to get it to center. He's cut off, and right back come the Devils. Winding up in the high slot. That's cleared to the side by Felino. Schweitzer will get there, but it's sent right back in front. Squish able to play it with the stick, getting it to the defenseman Kumnik, who's able to fire it up for Lohr, who exits the Penguin zone. It's the Blue Devils turning it right back into the Pens' end from their own end. It's icing if it's far enough, and it is. An offensive zone draw coming here for the Penguins. A difficult start, an opening breakaway for Montgomery has it 1-0. As the Penguins battle in the corner, looking for some zone time, it'll be Bloom coming off the wall, trying to cut to the middle. He's sent back the other way, but he's able to stay engaged and keep it in. Vickers works it high to Dixon. Dixon finds Goldberg. Goldberg finds Bloom. It's poked off his stick, but right to Goldberg. Goldberg turns it back to the corner where Montgomery will pick it up, and they'll try to reverse out the other direction. Vickers with the pressure, and Dixon able to keep it at the blue line. The Penguins work it further along. In behind it'll be Goldberg, stopping. Trying to come back the other way, right into 2 Blue Devils, and back they come. Montgomery wearing white in this one, with a large M. Emblazoned with the words Blue Devil. That's offsides by about 3 steps, and we'll get a whistle. Blue pants and white, blue and gold socks for Montgomery. A bit of a mismatch in helmets. Some blue, some white, some with an M on them, some without. Your Penguins in black for game 2. The large penguin on the chest. The black pants, black socks, everything with the gold striping as Montgomery goes offsides again. And your iconic Goldberg Penn's Elite helmet. Face-off won by the Devils and forced into the Pens' end. A shot goes off the pipe to the left of the squish tender. Glove hand side. The Penguins able to pop it up to the blue line no further. It's kept in by Montgomery, where Lohr turns it back to the blue line. But Montgomery keeps it in again, and he'll send it deep for Kumnik. Kumnik tries to poke it forward. Unable to escape so far has been Lohr, but he'll chop it to center. And there's Baru. Baru gets control and cuts to the outside, right-hand side, carries into the offensive zone, winds back to the front, tries to tuck it short side, and it is stopped by the Montgomery goalie. We're seeing the same goalie. I thought they had two for the first game, but it's the same kid in net. Not sure what happened to the other goalie. Hopefully he's okay. Lohr comes away with it. He tries to feed it to Lowarchuk. It's broken up by the Blue Devils, but the puck comes free to Vickers. Vickers unable to advance it much further as the Devils will turn it back to center where it's Lowarchuk getting there. He stops along the wall, spins out of a bit of trouble and keeps control where he's able to poke it forward to Goldberg. Goldberg looking to center it across. Can't get it through. It's taken off of his stick. Into the corner we go. Montgomery will take possession and carry it out to center. A 3-on-2 developing for the Montgomery Blue Devils. That play broken up by Dixon, but it comes right free to a Devil who's able to fire it. It goes off the blocker, a squish, bounces high in the air and trickles into the cage. Face off to come at center. Schweitzer leans in. Wins it to Dixon. Dixon to Foligno. Foligno looking for Schweitzer. Bounces past his stick to Baru. And taken there by Montgomery as they wind into the offensive Penguin end. Battle on the wall. It's Blue Devils. All Blue Devils as they center one. It's kicked to the corner where Foligno will pick it up. He can't exit. The Devils are back on it. Centering one. A great play. Diving play there by Schweitzer. Now Foligno bodied off of the puck. The Devils get control and kick it wide. Getting knocked down on the wall was Bowen, and it'll be Dixon able to come free. He feeds it up looking for the streaking Baru. It'll come back to Dixon, and it's off of Bowen into the Blue Devil zone where it'll be an offside play. Foster feeds it out the center. The Devils will put it in, and then it's an offside play. Penguins Lowarchuk tries to get into the Devil zone. He's turned back. Now it'll be Zachi shuffling a backhander to the line. Gathered there by Montgomery and sent back to the Penguins line for Zachi. Zachi loses possession. Battle will happen on the wall as Bloom digs in. He gets control. Tips it off the boards for Vickers. Vickers, good body position to get control, but it's taken away from him by a Devil. Back in front is Foster. Foster will bank it around again looking for Vickers. This time it's out the whole way to the point where it's kept in by the Blue Devils. Defended by Foster. Now Vickers. Vickers will go off the boards. No further than the point again. The Blue Devils keeping it in the pen zone. Another shot comes in. That one's blocked out top. Battle along the side of the Penguin net. It'll be Zachi getting there. Zachi skating with it, banking it off of a Devil at the blue line. And they'll take possession and send it right back to Lucas Zachi. Zachi looking, finding Schweitzer. Schweitzer drives to the right side. Poke checked from him, and back come the Blue Devils. Streaking in, a Pens defense changing around one. Firing it high and over the glass, defended off by Foster, who was looking to get off and reverse to try to break the play up. The Devils with it in the corner. Banking it in behind, centering one. That's kicked away by Foster. Lower will give chase. All the way back to the blue line, no further as it's sent in. Squish kicks out a pad to keep it out of the net. It'll be Lohr getting there. Knocked out to center by Kumnik. Kumnik on the forecheck. Schweitzer will cover for him on D as the Blue Devils come back in and line one in on Squish, who stops and holds. Puck sent wide to the Penguins net. All kinds of technology things going on right here. My iCloud's telling me I have to read the terms and conditions all of a sudden. Ay, ay, ay. Dixon keeps it in and finds the corner for Goldberg. Goldberg has Bloom streaking to the net, and he can't get the shot through. A good chance there for the Pens. Now it's Goldberg's turn in front. He kicks it to the stick, and Bloom fires one once. Comes free. Goldberg can't get it through a second time. A good scoring chance there for the Pens as Luarchuk tries to break up the breakout, but skating into it, the Blue Devils, who will fire one to Squish, who gloves it on top of his crease for the stop and play. Schweitzer on the faceoff. It'll be gathered in by Schweitzer behind the net. Turned back over to the Blue Devils, who center one. It's back to the point, kept in there. It'll ultimately be Lohr. Lohr escapes and tries for Schweitzer. Turned back the other direction. Back come the Blue Devils. Trying to go around Foster. Up off the wall for Lohr. Lohr to Schweitzer. Schweitzer tried for Baru. No ice on the plays. Baru wraps one around. It's loose at the side of the net, and they whack away. It's still loose. Crashing in was Baru, trying to get to the puck. Covering it up was the Blue Devil goaltender. As the Pens have had some really nice scoring chances here in the last 2 minutes. Off the stick of Bloom, working with Goldberg. That one, Schweitzer and Baru. Bloom takes the draw. One by Montgomery. And they'll come out through center. Passing to the right side, weaving through a defenseman, cut off nicely by Vickers. Vickers will get to the puck, but it's popped off his stick right to a Blue Devil, who finds a streaking teammate. And there's Squish with the save and the cover. And 3 Penguins diving over each other to shove the player away from the Squish tender, who's got it under the glove. And a stop and play. It'll be Kumnik behind the net, rimming it around for Vickers. Vickers able to indirectly go off the wall for Blue. The puck's at center, turning into the offensive zone. They might have been a step off sides, but they'll feed one to the outside. Squish in good position, but a laser to the corner beats him and makes it 3-0. Face off for Baru. Knocked to the wall, picked up by the Blue Devils. They'll clear it all the way in. Kubnik gets there. He tries for Bowen. Bowen in the corner. It's taken away by the Blue Devils and sent skipping across the front of the crease of the Penguins. Battle on the wall. It'll be the Devils coming away with it, centering one. Off of a defenseman and cleared by the Pens. Carrying through centers Baru. He tries for Lore, but it's right to a Blue Devil defenseman. And they'll turn it right back the other way. A tape-to-tape pass there to enter the Penguins zone, where the Pens defense will knock it into the corner and work it around to Bowen. Bowen tries to clear once, twice, 3 times a lady, and it's out to center for Baru. Baru cutting to the outside, weaving back to the middle. He shoots one, it's low, and fought off by the Blue Devil goalie. And back comes Montgomery. Weaving into the Pens end. The defense backing in, using their sticks to break up the play, as Zachi will fight for it and win the battle behind the net. To Lore. Lore tries to exit the zone, a turnover right to the Blue Devils, shooting one in. Squish nicely, puts it into the corner. Dixon will clear it up the wall, not out. Back to Montgomery, it's off of a skate. They'll pick it up and carry it back into the Pens end again. This time the centering pass comes through. Blocker down. Squish gets over, makes the second save with a pad. Coming off the wall, Blue Devils, and it's in on Squish. He's got it, and it's covered. Vickers to take the face-off, wins it over towards Foster. Foster and Goldberg will do battle. Won by Montgomery. Their shot from the blue line blocked by a charging wing. It'll kick to the other side where Luarchuk is in pursuit of the puck. Now Vickers weaving through the Pens defense and firing one in. Blocker save again for Squish. He had that one unluckily go off the blocker and in. As Foster battles at the center ice. It comes free to Kubnik. Kubnik flies around one guy into the offensive zone, reaching for it. Turning it back was the Devils, but picking it off was Luarchuk. He's knocked down to the ice. Following on Montgomery. They rim it around behind to run the break out to the opposite side, left wing side. They'll bring it up through center. Bring it to the outside, Foster in defense. He's able to defend it, but the defenseman steps right in, weaves to the front, looking, firing side of the net. Back to the point. That shot from the outside, off of Foster in front and cleared. Coming off the wall, cutting back in front, just out of the reach of a streaking Montgomery forward. As it's gathered in by Luarchuk, who can't clear. He's hurled down to the ice, 2 Penguins down. It's all Blue Devil here. As the Pens able to kick it out through center, and Bowen will give chase. Can he get there? He will, and use his body deftly to defend. His centering pass, nobody home as Schweitzer will wave for it. Followed on by Baru. Can the Pens get one through here? The only one they got in the last game came off of a Devil skate. Puck back to the boards. Keeping it in there, Dixon. It'll come free to Schweitzer. Penguins shoot one low, hard, and just wide of the net. Gathered in by Montgomery. But we're going to have an elbowing penalty coming on the Blue Devils. wrapped around and kept in by, not kept in by Felino. The Pens will try to regroup at center. Sent one behind Dixon, who'll chase it down and get it to Bowen. Bowen taps it forward for Baru. He dances around, he'll get hauled down, and we're going to have another power play. Well, a 5-on-3 coming here on a trip. So for a minute and 10 seconds, the Pens will be on a 5-on-3 power play. There's 42.8 to play in the period. Face-off gathered in by Luarchuk. He finds Vickers, who shoots one off the Montgomery defender. It'll come back to the point for Foster. He'll wind, he'll fire. It's off the glove and cleared by Montgomery, but no further than Dixon. Dixon shoots one in. That skips just wide of the cage, and Vickers will get their center one. It's off the skate and covered by the Devil goaltender. 23.6 to play. Penguins getting some fantastic chances on this 5-on-3. Bloom leans in, wins it cleanly to Foster. It's a big key first part. He'll look low for Vickers, who sends one in on net. Cleared by Montgomery, but no further than Foster. He'll find Dixon. Dixon winds, fires, his shot blocked. It'll be followed on by the Blue Devils, and out they come. A 5-on-3 shorthanded chance as they'll fire it deep into the Penguin zone, where it'll be picked up by Dixon, and the horn will sound to end period 1. We'll head to the first intermission. The Penguins will gather around head coach Trevor Nelson, assistant coach Rob Ferrari, Brian Bloom, and Alex Kumar. We'll switch sides. We'll put 15 minutes on the clock. And with 27 seconds left on the first penalty and 45 left on the second, the Penguins will start on a 5-on-3 power play as Danny Foster drives around, wraps it around, tucks it in, and he has scored on the power play. Put French fries on your sandwich, baby. The Penguins have a goal. A Pittsburgh goal from Danny Foster. 3-1. A 5-on-3 tally. And the Pens will continue on the power play. So 5-on-4 now for 35 seconds as Lohr takes the puck. He banks it off the boards for Baru. Baru, is he able to escape in? He'll get through and possess the puck in the corner. Centering one, looking for Bowen, comes free to Lohr. His shot blocked. Montgomery tries to clear, but Bowen's there. Bowen will toss it, flip it into the corner. Lohr centering one, and bounces just over Baru's stick. Back to the point, but there's Foster. Foster sends it back for the corner, but back come the Blue Devils. Montgomery driving to the right side. He's cut off there. And back come the Penguins. It's Baru. He's got Lohr with him. He's hooked a bit from behind. Freeing up the puck for the Montgomery forward. And we are back to even strength here. As Montgomery gains the zone. Cuts to the middle. Fires one. skipping wide to the blocker side of the squish tender. Forced back out in front by Montgomery. That's cleared to the boards, where Baru centers one for Foster. Foster will send it all the way up, hitting Bowen. What a feed there. Bowen cuts to the middle, carries it around, and is defended off expertly by the Montgomery defense. Back out this center comes the puck. Kubnik cuts it off there, looks for Bowen. It'll bank off the boards, actually for Lore. Lore will blast into the offensive zone, carrying to the right wing corner. Sending one, careening through the net. Front as Goldberg tracks it down, but Montgomery able to tip it out to center and into the Pens end for Kubnik. Kubnik tried for Lewarchuk, but the Devil will put it back in, and it's an offside play. Face off one by Montgomery. Pulled into the Penguin zone. Defended there by Kubnik. Works it to Goldberg. He'll chip it around the defenseman and give chase. Goldberg able to carry it in. He's got a streaking Lewarchuk. It's off a defenseman's stick and just out of the reach of the diminutive Bloom. Kept in at the blue line by Foligno as Goldberg tries to come out of the corner. He's cut off. And back come the Blue Devils. The defenseman falls down on the plate, and it's a 3-on-1. Foligno forces it wide, carrying it, centering it, off the pad, squishing it, and through the crease. It'll be broken back out for Goldberg, who dances around one, maintains possession. Into the Blue Devil zone for Bloom. Bloom, twisting, turning, curling around, shooting one. It's in front, walked it! It's in behind the net! It's free behind the net where it's picked up. And wrapped out of the zone, back come the Blue Devils. Penguins with a great scoring chance there, they just couldn't get it by. Weaving around one, shooting high, short side, but the squish tender fights that one off. Goldberg will bang it out. Kept at the blue line by a sixth man for the Blue Devils. Lewarchuk comes on, weaving through center, into the offensive zone, onside play, as he cuts to the outside, possessing the whole way to the corner. He'll wrap it back to the point. Actually, they won't get the whole way there as Baru cuts it off and shoots one in. His shot blocked and countered by Montgomery. It out the center. It bounces off the stick of Dixon and into the Penguins' corner. Dixon and a double go crashing into the corner, and it's going to be a Penguin penalty. This one will be on Dixon. Tried to turn away at the last moment, but it'll be two kids sliding feet first into the wall. A dangerous situation. And it'll send Finn Bowen to the penalty box. So a PK coming up here for the Pens as Dixon's in the box. 11:27 to play, second period. Faced off one by Montgomery. Will try to possess in their Penguin zone, but it'll come all the way out the center, and he's hounded there by Baru, who skips free into the Blue Devil zone. Having his stick ripped out from his arms and set up the center. Baru will chase his stick down as the Devils come flying back into the Penguins' end. Kept to the outside by Foster. Stopping and starting in the corner. Weaving with it in the corner. Foster defends. A centering pass right to an open player. Sending one in, and Squish says no, 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 no. All the way back to the point. That one popped in. Squish gets there with the twig to force it into the corner. Battling hard in front. 40 seconds left on this PK. Pens could use a clear here. Kubnik will try. Kept at the blue line. Pressure from Baru. Shot sent in, blocked by the Pens defense. They'll stay on it, but it tips behind breakaway here. And Squish gets there to make the save and the cover.
Pens will change penalty killers. We'll have Vickers and Goldberg, Zachy, and Foligno. Face off one over to Zachy, who taps it past out to center. It'll carry him with speed into the offensive zone. He's turned back the other way. Foligno steps up to get control at the blue line. He'll work it to Vickers, who will complete it all the way in to the Montgomery zone as the penalty ticks away. 3, 2, 1, and the Penguins are back to even strength as Dixon jumps onto the ice. Vickers with puck pressure as Montgomery winds into the offensive zone, shooting one in. Vickers gets a stick on it to break up the shot and block it. To the corner it goes. Now the half wall. The Pens will battle. It'll be Zachy in his own end. Off to get off the boards. It won't get out. Kept in by the double, centering one. And there's Squish with a glove save to force it in behind. Off the glove and behind the cage, and now it's a breakout to Goldberg. Goldberg winding through center, and Vickers is 3 steps off sides. He didn't see the blue line. It'll sneak up on you sometimes. See it at all levels. So of an offside play on the Pens. With 9:21 to play here in the second. Face-off for Schweitzer worked further, hounded by Lohr. The Devils will work the breakout, and breaking free through center and just dogging the puck is a Devil forward who centers one. Defended nicely by a back-checking Lohr. He goes off the boards to the wing. No one home, a centering pass battled for by Bowen and kicked out to center ice. Lohr will give chase. The Devils will counterattack here. A 3-on-2 develops into the offensive zone. They come back. Pressure from Schweitzer as they drive wide on the backhand. Sent off the side of the cage. The breakout will start with Bowen on the left. He's got some room. He'll carry it to center. Gain center red and give it a dump and chase. The dumper Bowen. The chaser Lohr, who hounds it behind the cage as the Pens change lines. Freeing it up. Luarchuk drives to the middle. He loses control, and back come the Blue Devil. And they'll be offsides at the Penguin blue line. A nice defensive positioning play there. And with 8:17 to play, we will get a face-off outside of the Penguin blue line. Face-off won by the Blue Devils as they regroup in their own end and break in. A 3-on-2 develops, defended nicely by Kumnik as the Blue Devils try to wrap it around behind. They'll send it all the way back out to the point. Point shot skips all the way through. Cleared up to Goldberg and out to center. The Pens can have a 3-on-1 here as Vickers gets to it. Fires it into the offensive zone, but Luarchuk didn't see the blue line that time. And he'll be 2 steps offside. Puck sent over towards Baru off the draw. He'll gain the left side of the Montgomery zone. We'll try to get some valuable puck possession time here in the Montgomery. As Schweitzer gets control, drives the outside, peels up, looks, finds Baru. Baru kicking at it. I think he fell down on the near wall. And it's sent all the way down for an icing by Montgomery, and we'll go the whole way back into the Montgomery end. 7:16 to play, 3-1. Bloom to the dot. Spins it to Luarchuk, who drives the corner. Knocked off of his stick. Vickers will chase it down. It'll be kept at the blue line by Foligno. Oh, but it's kicked out to center. Back come the Blue Devils. 1-on-1 with Dixon driving to the outside. A backhander stopped by the blocker of the squish tender and popped in behind the net. Penguins will look to run the breakout from there, shut up to the blue line and over it. Shot back in, but it'll be an offside play. It'll be blue. On the draw, one by Montgomery. They indirect pass it to the Penguin blue line. Bloom and Vickers pressure there. Vickers tries to turn it back. It's cut off by the defense, who winds up and drives down Main Street. Fires one in and out on top of the crease as the squish tender to gobble it up and get a hold. So we'll get a defensive zone draw this time. Baru will lean in. Up back to the defense. Baru with the pressure. He and Lord tried to escape, but it'll be the Blue Devils with numbers in behind the Penguins. They'll tip one over looking for a teammate, but it goes the whole way to the corner as a bouncing puck finds the stick of Baru, and he winds into center. Into the offensive zone. He'll dump it in behind. Hunting it down there is Floor. On the forecheck, leaves it for Bowen, who sends one short side, and it's off the pad. Foster will keep it in. Shovels it in behind for Baru. Baru turning, firing, and that'll be stopped and out. A short side shot catches the pad and paraphernalia of the man in white. Here on Halloween weekend. 6 minutes to play, period 2. The Pens trail the Devils 3-1. Bloom on the draw, one by Montgomery, and out they come through center. Foligno defending, Luarchuk on the back check as it's dumped in behind, and the Devils go to work in the corner. Spinning out of the check of Kumnik and centering one right free to a wide open forward who's closed on quickly by number of Penguins. And the puck's freed up for Luarchuk to bank out the center, where the Montgomery defense will take control, firing it right back to the Penguin blue line, where it is sent back by Foligno, and they play catch at center, the Penguins and the Blue Devils. Hounding the puck, Bloom and Goldberg. It's into the Blue Devil zone and ultimately cleared. Kumnik there to send it all the way back for Luarchuk. Luarchuk tried to dump it further for Bloom. It's turned back the other way. Kumnik will keep at the blue line, though, and they'll find Bloom in behind the net, who has a nifty play there. Fires one out in front. The puck loose at the side of the cage as the Penguins dig away. It is kept out of the net, I believe. Yes. By the Montgomery goalie, who is a monster. I mean, he's a massive kid. Baru back to Zachi, over to Dixon. Dixon, what a feed over to Schweitzer, who fires one and finds the glove. What puck movement there as the Penguins won the draw. Zachi hit Dixon. Dixon head up, found Schweitzer on the opposite wing, who fired one, and the Montgomery goalie equal to the task. Kicked it off the boards, gathered in by Zachi. He'll bank it off the wall behind, looking for Bowen, who's in after it. Now Baru on the half wall. Baru keeps it, but only for a moment as it's turned back out the center. Zachi will find Luarchuk. And we get a whistle. We have a body check here, and it should be on Montgomery, and it will. So the Pens will head to the power play. They have a power play goal in this one. A 5-on-3 marker by Foster. And the faceoff will head into the Montgomery end. 3-1 Penguins trail. Period number 2. Face-off. Controlled by Montgomery, but pressured by Vickers. As Montgomery fires it all the way across and gets it out of the zone. Foster gets there, followed on by Blue, who will pick it up with speed. He'll hit Foster with a breakout pass. Stop and get control at center. Finds his partner, Kumnick. Taps it into the offensive zone, and he'll hunt after. Taking it forward. Vickers gets there. Vickers grabs it back through, trying it short side, and it'll pop through, and the Penguins are struck again on the power play. Enzo Vickers, like a dog on a bone, beats him short side, tapping it through. And making this a one-goal game. Enzo Vickers on the Seven Fields Wealth Management power play. 2 power play goals for the Pens, and it's a 3-2 Devils advantage as they ice the puck here. Schweitzer wins the faceoff, taps it back to Kumnick. Wraps it around the top of the boards for Bowen. Bowen unable to clear the zone, but it comes to Foster, who will put it right between the wickets of a Blue Devil. No icing on the play. It'll be chased down by Schweitzer, who centers one looking for Bowen. It was picked off by a back-checking Blue Devil, who turns it the other way. Cross-ice pass. Taken there. Fired into the Penguin zone. Into the corner it goes, where Kumnick follows on and wraps it for Bowen. It out of his reach. Back to the point it comes, and it'll come off the glove of Foster to the corner. Back to the point again, gathering it there, shooting one in, squish there to close up shop, make the save. Hold on. And get a face-off to his right. Welcome to Cinnamon Swirl TV here. We update some of the looks and some of the stuff. A backhander fought off by the shoulder of Squishtitter. He looked like he would 6-2 on that play. Battle on the boards, Foligno. Vickers will come in to help, but it'll be dug out by Montgomery. Driving in front, centering one, off Squish's stick with the poke check. Montgomery picks it up, peels off the wall, and Squish will get that one with his glove. Tapped forward, but unable to clear the Penguins. Hemmed in a bit here with 2 minutes to play in the second, trailing 3-2, as ultimately it will come free. It'll be Vickers, the most recent goal scorer, who carries it wide to the left. Centers one, off of Goldberg and kept out. Turning with the Goldberg will shoot it, and it's wide to the cage. He'll give chase again. Penguins with a couple scoring chances here. Foligno sends it deep. Luarchuk on a back check tries to break it up, but here come the Blue Devils, shooting one in. Squish will kick it into the corner for Foligno. Foligno rims it all the way around, kept at the blue line, and here comes a driving Blue Devil down Main Street, shooting one glove side, makes the save, and gets the rebound, but Squish tender. Sliding across and getting a pad on it. Foligno will battle in behind. He frees it up for Luarchuk. He'll body check, and the Pens are going to head to a PK here. They can get control of the puck. As it drives in, shot comes in. Turn to the corner. Blue Devils all over the puck. Delayed penalty. Penguins got to get control. They do, and it'll be Foligno touching up, and Luarchuk will head to the box for a body check. 50.3 seconds left in the period as the Penguins will head to the penalty kill. Waiting for the time to get put on the clock. A minute 30 penalties here. Face off, won by Montgomery. Try to set up shop at the Penguins' end. They free it up for a heavy shot. Blocked out front. Rebound. Cleared by the Pens to Baru. Baru skated out of danger, trying to gain the Montgomery zone. He's poke check there. And back come the Blue Devils. They'll get on sides and cut to the middle. Firing one. Squish there to glove and hold. .9 seconds to play. In the second of two Blue Devils, the Penguins have made it a one-goal game on the power play here in this period by Vickers. Schweitzer. A one by Vickers and one by Foster. Devils grab it around behind. Foster clears it up to the blue line no further. They'll stay in the battle, knocking the Blue Devil to the ice. Schweitzer following on now. Foster will try to exit the zone, can't do so. He'll end up back on his stick. He'll bank it off the boards, kept in another time. Waving at it there, a Blue Devil. Foster puts it into the corner. The horn will sound and will end period two. Up in the Penguins win 2-0. Trailing 3-0 at the end of the first. It's a 3-2 game. As we head to period number 3. We will switch sides. We'll put 15 minutes on the clock. And the Penguins have 40 seconds left of penalty kill time as we head to the third and final period here from the Lemieux Center. As again, right off the draw, Montgomery dances right in and fires a shot. Squish gets there with the glove. Puck cleared to the wall. Gathered in by Montgomery with speed. They carry it behind the net. Looking, delaying. He'll cut to the middle. Weaving through the Penguin zone. Finding a player on the opposite side. Fought off by two Penguins, but turning it back in front. Foligno will clear, but not out. Slapped in on net and skipping wide after being blocked by a Penguin defense. 5 seconds left on the penalty kill as they shoot another one in from the outside. Schweitzer gets control. Player coming out of the box. He's looking for Goldberg up the wing. It'll be no icing as it was tipped by a Blue Devil forward. Goldberg in after. He can't get possession. Luarchuk sent hurling to the ice, and that'll be an interference call. And the Pens will head to the power play. A power play that has been very dangerous in this game. The 7 Fields Wealth Management with a 5-on-3 and a 5-on-4 power play goal. One by Vickers, one by Foster. Both on power stuff plays. And with 14:06 on Halloween weekend, the Pens will head to a 1:30 power play. Bloom on the draw. The puck tipped right between the wickets of Vickers. And back come the Blue Devils, firing up into the Penguin zone, centering a pass that's fended off by Dixon. Looking for Luarchuk, it'll come free to Bloom, but he's cut off immediately. Trying to dip into the offensive zone is a Blue Devil. And right now they're hounding the puck shorthanded. Kicked off the skate of Bloom right to a Blue Devil, who kick it right in behind Penguins' cage. Lino cut off, Bloom will get to it, but it's sent right back in again by the Blue Devils. Penguins unable to get set up here on this power play. Off the head of Luarchuk, popping frees a Blue Devil, firing glove side, Squish makes the save. A pretty shot from inside the dots. And the Pens will get a line change halfway through the power play. Kubnik and Foster on the back end, Baru, Lore, and Bowen up front. Face off won by the Blue Devils. They tip it back to the point man, who deflects one in. Squish will get there and cover again. .13 to play, third period. Drew on the draw. Another penalty coming here as Baru pops free. He's in all alone, pulling it to the backhand. Save made by the skate, and the shot forced wide by Lore. Penguins get the extra attacker out as they turn one in front. And there's the rebound for Ben Bowen. And he buries it in the... He tickles the twine with a twisted wrister. And the Penguins score on the power play again. So the Penguins should get this call, and that should come off the board. So it should still be a minute and a half of power play time. As it was a delayed call on Montgomery. Finn Bowen with the goal. So we will get the penalty call. They'll go get the young man from the bench. A great job by these officials to get the call right. 17 seconds will come off the clock. The penalty to 31 is now over after the 7 Fields Wealth Management power play. But we will get a penalty to number 11. And the Pens will be on a minute and a half power play. Minute 30 of penalty time on the clock for Montgomery. Bloom to the faceoff. He knocks it towards Luarchuk. Fly in, get possession, Bloom. Then Goldberg in. Looking, Goldberg. Other side, shooting. Glove side save by the Montgomery goaltender. Penguins with another great chance on the power play. Goldberg on the wraparound, centering one for Luarchuk. Broken up by Montgomery and cleared out the center for Blue. Montgomery carrying it in. Luarchuk on a back check. It's freed up for the Devils. Shot comes in on Squish. He gets one, he gets two, and the triple. Bush made 1-2 save, and then it was cleared out. I can tell from that angle, the Penguins are adamant it was not in, but the referee is the only one that matters. And a shorthanded goal. Takes off one by Schweitzer to Baru. Root sends it between the feet of Dixon, but it'll be Bowen getting there.
Knocked around by Montgomery. Chased down by Schweitzer. By the Blue Devils. 4-3 Montgomery leads. Penguins made a complete comeback, but Montgomery got a short-handed goal. Kept the blue line briefly by Dixon, but it'll be Schweitzer at center. Tapping it back to Foligno. Foligno back to Schweitzer. Schweitzer into the offensive end he goes. Leaving it behind himself for Baru. Baru back in front. Bouncing puck in and covered up. Be Bloom to the face. As we wait. Montgomery to get the right players on the ice. 3 seconds left on the penalty. Tap forward by Bloom and taken by Montgomery. Come out through center. Keeping into the offensive zone. Knocked off one stick. Defended by Foster, but back come Montgomery. Sending one cross ice. Shot comes in. And that goes over, I think, off the glove. And over the net. A great drawn up play there by the Blue Devils. Leaving the zone, but it'll be an offside play. Hunt the puck and center. Into the Pens end off of Statue. Statue will be the first one back. Falling to the ice as the Devils take over behind the cage. Schweitzer back. Twisting and turning behind the net. The Devil forward. Schweitzer stays on it. He'll end up with it. Comes out. Has some room, so he'll skate into crisscrossing with Bowen as he comes into the offensive zone, but it's knocked off with a stick and black come the Blue Devils. Looking, firing, that one will send wide of the net. Couple players falling in the same spot on the ice. Ice series is fantastic ice. Let's get a little soft after this long stretches of time. Montgomery gains the Penn zone offsides. Penguin zone. Pens trailing 3-3 at the backhand. Lavalpa squeeze and into the net. Rolls up on the goaltender. Short side. And with 3:39 to play, Montgomery makes it 5-3. Goldberg around the Montgomery forward who fires into the Penguin zone. That to the outside, leaving one for a heavy shot and sent wide of the net. Montgomery chasing it down in the corner, centering one. It skips off of either a defender or the stick is squished and high and wide. The march up to Goldberg. Goldberg gains the zone, carrying to the outside, centers one in. Sends it in behind the net for Vickers. It's on the half wall. Finds a crisscross with Loarchuk. Loarchuk looking, centering Vickers. And he's able to shovel it out front. A very high shot looking for the corner. What a skill that was to lift that one so quick. And back come the Blue Devils. Double center into the corner. And it'll be a Penguin body check coming on Vickers. And the head to the penalty kick. We're going to get a 2 and a 10. Well, 1.5 and a 10. But that'll end the day for Vickers. They're going to call a check from behind. The Penguins will have to send someone else to the box. Serve the Vickers infraction. Going to be Lore. White to take the draw. One by Schweitzer, he'll gather in his own win. He'll dance around one. Carry to the outside. He's hooked, and it'll be an equalizing call here on the hook. And so we'll get some 4-on-4 action. As the Reds special teams has been the difference. Let's see if we can get a 4-on-4 tally. Faceoff will come all the way to the Montgomery end. Right, popping it forward. I'm not sure why Baru switched to the other side. Dixon keeps it in at the blue line and sends it in on net. It'll be Schweitzer getting to it. Taps it in behind. Baru. Now Schweitzer. Back to the point for Foster. Foster, nice move around one. Nice move around two. Nice move around it. I almost buried that one. High short side. Danny Foster just missing it. Schweitzer will send one in on net. Chopping at it, Baru. It's in the corner. 4-on-4 hockey here. Then in and back come the Blue Devils as they stay on side. Winding, firing, and that's wide as push. It'll be Schweitzer picking it up. Trying to go off the boards. He's knocked down on the play. Back come the Blue Devils. Dixon will be there to battle. He turns it back the other way where it's picked up by Baru. He tries to fire it up ice to Bloom. It's off of escape, but Bloom will gather it in anyway, turning it center. He'll find Baru. Bloom and Baru do switch. Getting it to Bloom. A 4-on-4 goal for the great Landini. And tell Grandma he found the cookies. Put your top shelf where Grandma hides the cookies. Landon Bloom on a dandy of a dish from Grayson Baru. Four seconds left, the 4-on-4 before the Penguins have a brief 10-second power play. 7:08 to play here in the third. 5-4 Devils lead. And right off the draw, they're right back into the zone. Airing wide. And sending it wide to the net. Out comes Lore. Tapped in behind. Foligno will battle. He'll come free to the corner. Now the Montgomery penalty over. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Puck's freed up. Shot comes in from a centering feed and a one-timer just wide of the cage. Montgomery putting the pressure on now. Centering pass. Cut off by Lore, fresh out of the box. Lead pass for Goldberg. Can he escape? He's in the right-hand side, looking, shooting, firing off the chest. And cleared by Montgomery. Now it'll be their turn to rush up ice. He's got space. He's around one Penguin defender as Kumnik's back.
cuts him to the outside, firing, and there's Squish to make the save and hold on. So 8 to play, 5-4, Pens trail Devils, third period. So one back, blocked by Bowen. Out to the point, Luarchuk pressuring, but it's kept by the Blue Devils, who send one skipping through traffic wide of the cage. Bowen, first one there. No battle on the wall, supported by Kubnik. But it's won by the Blue Devils back to the point man. Get into the half wall. Coming off the half wall, looking to center. Nice play there, but it comes the whole way through as a shot off of a stick rainbows into the corner for Schweitzer. Schweitzer sending it up ice, looking for Bowen. And back come the Blue Devils. Kubnik unable to knock the first attempt off with the stick of the Blue Devil forward, but it skips in behind the Penguin net. The Blue Devils peel off the wall, turning in front. That shot blocked by Foligno. Luarchuk now with point pressure. Puck bouncing in. Foligno gets control. And he'll carry it out the center. All the way into the Blue Devil zone it comes. Foligno pressuring, hunting that puck as the Blue Devils turn it back the other way. Foster getting on the ice as the shot comes in. Squish makes the save, knocking it to the corner for Bloom to pick it up. Bowen on the breakout, out to center, where it'll be turned back by the Blue Devils. Bloom with some pressure, now Baru as they battle. Foster will get control. Clock inside of 5 minutes to play. Breaking free, Lord, one-on-one. Waving at it, he's tackled a bit from behind. I think he had lost the puck before that, which might have been the reason for not getting a call. He was whacked at from 3 different angles. Thatcher dumps it into the Blue Devil, and then the Penguins will chase. Blue Devils will run a breakout to the opposite side. Having it in onside play. Foster on defense. Centering pass. Unable to connect, and there's Lohr on the back check to pick it up and find Bloom spinning at center. He tries to send it across for Foster, but back come the Blue Devils, and they're in on. They'll say onside as he winds to the inside. A skipping puck in on net. Bounces behind. The Blue Devils take possession again. Foster defending, freeing it up for Bloom. Bloom skates right on inside of Baru and gets into the Montgomery zone. They go D to D. And work the puck back for the Penguins here. Pressured by Luarchuk. Into the offensive zone they come. Dangling one. There's Luarchuk on the back pressure, and Goldberg picking it up in support. He'll bank it off the wall, looking for a speedy Schweitzer up the halfway. Cut off and turned back the other way for Thatcher. He goes high off the glass this time, and it's Schweitzer able to bang it off the boards to center. Goldberg's got Luarchuk, and trailer is Schweitzer. As he winds it back in front, it's picked off and cleared back to the point for Foligno. He'll keep it into Luarchuk. He'll fire it behind the net for Goldberg. Schweitzer will chase this time. Now Lohr, as the Pens apply as much pressure as they possibly can. Past Kubnik. Luarchuk will get there. He'll battle, but the Devils will kick it deeper. Schweitzer picks it up behind his own net. For Kubnik, a one-touch beauty of a breakout for Baru, but it skips over his stick. Spinning with it at center of the Blue Devils, who weave into the Penguin zone. Around the Pens defense. Looking, firing, high short side, and burying one as the Pens defense was caught flat-footed on the play. Kubnik was unable to get a good gap there as he was caught a bit flat-footed as the player went to the outside and went high short side over the head of Squish. And the diminutive goaltender just not tall enough. 6'4" Montgomery. And right away, off the draw, driving right back into the Pen zone again. The Penguins have to address that. as they turn one wide to Squish. Baru able to work it out through center. Looking for Bowen. Picked up by the Blue Devils, who will be content to dump it back to the Penguin blue line for Dixon. He banked it off the boards for Bowen. They'll gain the zone, but sent right back out by the Blue Devil defense, where Baru will get control. He tries for Bloom, but that's picked off, and in comes a Blue Devil around a Penguin defenseman and sending it all the way through, as the defense was able to keep him a little wider this time. That tough angle shot misses the net, but the Blue Devils will regroup at center, and they're back in 3-on-2. Weaving inside, outside, Squish there for the stop. Sachi battling at the side of the cage. The Blue Devils behind, wrapping it around once, twice. There's Squish with the puck in front, covered up. And we'll get a whistle. And it looks like 2 matching penalties coming here. A pair of roughs. And we'll stay 5-on-5 for a minute 9. 6-4. Devils lead. Pens looking to get 2 quick ones if they can. Well, 3. No overtime in these games. We'll take 2. Got to get the first one first. It's popped up the center. It'll be Goldberg turning with it. A 3-on-1 develops. He's got Foster and Lohr with him. It's knocked off his stick to the corner. And fired in behind by the Blue Devil defense. Pressured there immediately by Lohr. And fired all the way down by the Blue Devils. Push out of the net with 40 seconds remaining in the game. Penguins looking to pick up 2. Kumnik under pressure. Able to send it off of a player. There's Baru. He's got multiple teammates. And Grayson Baru! Heck is a bridge, ladies and gentlemen. Deep. An ice cold Baru. It's 5-4. I'm sorry, 6-5. Grayson Baru with an absolute howitzer to the corner. They'll put a couple seconds back on the clock as it was continuing to wind, and the Penguins will call a timeout. This Cinnamon Swirl production brought to you here on Cinnamon Swirl TV. All 20 of you, please make sure you're subscribers. I see you out there. We thank you for joining us. Hit the subscribe button on our quest for 1,000. Tell a friend, tell a family member. Get them watching these exciting youth hockey action here. It's 6-5. Devils lead the Penguins with 29 seconds to play. Cinnamon Swirl TV brought to you by producer Nick Paris, joining us from the 2010 crew, hooking us up with some new scoreboard information, as well as cameraman Dan Foster. And yours truly, play-by-play, Jeremy Evans. .29 seconds left, 5-on-5 hockey here. Squish out at the hash marks. As the face-off won by Montgomery, they'll dump it all the way in. It'll be an icing. Good thing there for the Pens. So they got the one. Now can they get the second one? 22 seconds left. Squish Tender will head to the bench. The Pens will have 6 attackers. The attackers for the Pens. Schweitzer, Goldberg, Thor, Baru, Foster, and Kumnik. There's Baru, side of the net, big save. And they'll try to clear. It's kept initially by Kumnik. Empty net at the Penguins' end as Kumnik turns it back the other way. 5 seconds. Can the Pens get free here? 2, 1, and that will be the end of the game. A 6-5 spirited battle after a 9-1 loss earlier. There's no moral victories. You got to win games. But that one feels a little bit better than this morning. The Penguins able to get some pucks behind the Montgomery defense and into the net. Join us tomorrow morning for the 2010s, 10 a.m. when they take on the Philadelphia Revolution. Thanks for joining us here on Cinnamon Swirl TV.